thing that I actually always does every single day is for at least a couple of minutes I do Duolingo. Some of you guys might know the app. It's an app for learning languages or at least improving them. For me, I am currently choosing Spanish. That is something that I have studied for multiple years in school. Unfortunately, haven't mastered that language yet, but it's something that I really like doing every single day. Just being up to date, improving a little bit, the language, and first and foremost, just keeping it, basically up to date every day, so you don't forget it and get out of the rhythm, so to say. And I actually have quite a long streak, as you can see, 860 days, which is quite crazy actually. But yeah, I guess one of my big benefits, or rather say one of my best traits, is that I'm super consistent when I know what I'm supposed to do. Meaning that for me, I have implemented it into like such a like firm habit for myself to do it every day after breakfast, which I have done now. So yeah, just wanted to share some gems. My best tip actually for implementing new habits is to think about what are you doing every single day that you could either start doing your new thing before or after. So for example, most people eat breakfast, so then you can tie something to start doing it exactly right after you're done with the breakfast. Another thing that everyone should do is brushing your teeth in the morning, and just tying something to do it right after you have brushed your teeth is also a very smart thing actually. So that is how I have mastered a few habits and made sure that I stick with it. So now I am headed to the gym. It's Monday. It is quite foggy outside, not the best weather, really boring weather, I must admit. -1 degrees. Gloves on, beanies on. But yeah, I truly love Mondays because, as you can see, I'm not in the office yet. I really like starting my Mondays, working from home, calling the clients, following up from, questions from the open showings and private showings I just had. So that is actually, the best way for me to start the week. And I just love it so much, starting the week in a, not slow manner, but, actually the best way. Just being super effective at home, doing the tasks that I need to do and should do. Then I can go to the gym. Very few people there at this time usually also. So for me, it's just like, it gives me so much joy and happiness in life, being able to start my week in this day. And that's why I'm super thankful. Being a real estate agent, I am in control of my own schedule for the absolute majority of time. And that is truly one of the parts that I love about being a real estate agent, is that you can control your schedule. You have so much freedom in that aspect, and I really love it. So yeah, let's get another workout in. Yesterday I did do a quick running session, so today I'm going to do some strength training. I do kind of like a variation of a HIIT workout, and that means that I do very little rest in between, just really getting my heart rate up. That's what I really like. So yeah, Monday, new week, new possibilities, or rather say new opportunities. Let's go. Let's head into the office. All right, so Tuesday we're heading into the office. I feel better, I must say, which is nice. It's as I mentioned before yesterday, it's usually a smart thing to be being very good at listening to your body. Actually, super excited for the day today. If everything goes well, I might have 2 contracts for sales of apartment, which is going to be very nice. I have 1 client meeting. We have our weekly meeting at the office also with the team. As you can see in Sweden, the weather is not too nice. And it's really struck with me, like I was on a trip to Gran Canaria this Christmas, over Christmas, and you know how like valuable and how much joy and happiness you get from just being able to, you know, go out for a run. It's like 21 degrees, the sun is shining, you run down towards the water, you see how amazing you know the nature is in that kind of climate. But hey, you should only focus on things you can control, right? And the weather is not something you can control. So yeah, you just gotta live with it, right? Sweden, let's go. There's many benefits to the country as well. The weather isn't the best though. So now I'm just walking to the train station, going, head on to the train. Then we should be at the office. Let's go. Alright, so client meeting done. Actually did go super well. It was very funny that I did kind of like recognize the client like when we first met and I, you know, came in the door, but I wasn't 100% sure. But then we, you know, spoke a little bit about work and all of that, and then it came up actually that we have studied together at uni. Super fun. I mean, the world is so small. And that is kind of like the fun part about being a real estate agent, is that, you know, having like a great set of network is super good, and like I wouldn't say it's crucial, but it gives you such a boost. And for example, you know, being active on social media and all of that, she has of course followed me, I guess, because I think we follow each other, etc. But super fun. Now heading to the office. She decided on the spot that she want to work with me, which is super fun. So yeah, let's get it. So just gotten home from work, and now I am in my apartment. Has been an exciting day to say the least, for sure. It has been like a little bit hectic. I did not feel my 100% best yesterday, and today I just pushed through. I know I had 1 contract booked for the day. I know I had a client meeting that I couldn't like change the date on, and I know that I had a potential another contract in there. So I just had to push through the day, and now I feel, of course I feel okay, like otherwise I wouldn't have gone to work, but I feel really exhausted, I must admit. But super nice just pushing through the day. And tomorrow I have so much like easier day at work. I don't have any client meetings at all, which is kind of nice to have. But this day, I must say, like it's just a reminder for me, like having these kind of days that I have had today, like something that is like so interesting, I must admit, is that when I just walked back home from the office and when I had like a 5-minute walk to my apartment, I just really started thinking about my journey as a real estate agent. And one very important thing that actually is super valuable for myself to just acknowledge, and that is, I just remember me being a new real estate agent, you know, super ambitious, having all of these high goals. But I just remember so much that when I was new, all I was thinking about was the numbers. And I just remember me like almost being a robot on the client meeting. I just, I knew exactly in detail what words I was supposed to say, when, in which, like the perfect timing and all of that. And the funny thing is that when I was new, my hit rate wasn't as good, and of course that it goes higher with experience and the more times you have, in your work and in your profession. But the funny thing is that I remember it so much that the kind of person I was and the kind of broker I was when I was new, at least, my first, year, 1.5 years, I think, my first 2 years as a broker, I was so much, thinking about the numbers, being perfect at the presentation, doing everything from, the start to when it was done, the same time always. And what actually stuck with me now is that if you compare me to when I was new to today, is that now, of course, I like the numbers, but I wouldn't say that they're that important. For me now, like deep to my core, what I really care about is, connecting with people, making sure that every single person that sells with me are like super happy, because that is ultimately my only goal. I just want everyone who has been selling with me to recommend me to friends and family. That is, in my case, like the best, grade and review you can have as a broker. But the funny thing is that now, when I do care so much more about the people than the numbers, my career has just really like skyrocketed. Everything has gone so much better. And the funny part is that if you just take this day for an example, I had 2 contracts, both of the sellers super happy, both of the buyers super happy, which I think is something, especially in Sweden, that too many brokers don't care about. Because in the end of the day, what I believe is that if you do it right with your buyers, they're going to be your sellers in the future. So super important not to forget about that. But the thing also is that I had a client meeting, I almost, signed it on the spot. And the funny part is that when I was there, I was, not maybe feeling my best, but at my client meetings, I just try to be myself, and I just try to connect with the people I'm meeting with. And the funny thing is that, as I mentioned before, comparing me today to when I was new and hungry and super, super, super ambitious, is that it goes so much better for me now. When most people maybe think is that the more you care about the numbers, the better it should go. You should try yourself, but just me speaking from experience, almost have 4 years as a broker now, it has gone so much better. And except if you just look at the numbers, which of course is fun, but it's so much more fun also when you do care about the relationships you build. You just having this kind of like core mindset, and almost like imprinted and embedded in your DNA, at least for me in this day. And when I speak to you guys, I just try, my absolute best every single day to make every single person that I talk with, I try to help them as best as I can and to the best of my abilities. And I truly believe that people sense that. And I think that is something I really thought about today, is that, or rather say, it was something that I did think of today. Like, relationships is all that matters. Money and all of that, of course, is good, and I'm going to do everything I can to earn as much money as I can. Of course, like that is a part of life, and I do truly believe that earning money and all of that is a part of, like, winning in the game of life. But man, like the work we're helping people, selling and buying their most precious asset, and the asset that they're so like emotional attached to, like your home is so private. And it's just like something, the more I talk about it now, it really has clicked for me. And it's, when I think about it, looking back at my life and my career, and if I would have heard these kind of words, when I was new, I do truly believe that I would have had, a much, more successful career faster, I think. because in the end of the day, I do truly believe that everything when it comes to sales, and there's so many things that is automated nowadays when it comes to the sales process, and buying and selling your home is not in a long time going to be automated. At least brokers is not going to be changed, which means that it's going to be one of the few sales work that still has this relationship building in it. And therefore I do truly believe that sales and being a real estate agent at the end of the day is all about building great relationships. So to summarize and like get out my key message is that the sooner you start to realize that it's not about the numbers, it's all about the people, I can almost guarantee, at least from my own experience, the sooner you are going to be a successful real estate agent. And to my core, also, when I did not think so much about the numbers and the fees and the money I'm going to make, and at least when I started to I wouldn't say think about but when I did make the huge shift in what I did value, I think before it was so much about the number, making this kind of money per month and have these like 10K a month salaries and all of that. And I really did care about it when I was new, and just looking back at me, 2, 3, 4 years, that was honestly what I did care about. But today I don't care about it as much. I would say maybe 80% important out of 100 before. Now it's maybe 20, 30%. And the funny thing is that when I have this kind of mindset now, that I really do care about my reviews so much more than how much money I make. I have been selling so much more apartments. So I do truly believe that at your core, try to develop and implement that, having this kind of mindset that, okay, I am a real estate agent. I am going to do everything I can to, within my possibilities and reach and, authorities and all of that. I'm going to do everything I can to help every single person that I talk to. And actually sitting here right now, it really got me thinking about, I have, prepared 100 plus contracts by now. But I actually do remember when I was new and, I had my first contract. I remember I was so nervous. I would have been, with colleagues, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, okay, listening. What do they say? Like, if they got a question, how do they answer it? And, all of that. So I tried to be as prepared I could before my first own contract. And the funny thing is that I remember to this day that I was so nervous, not about the contract in itself, but so much more about, okay, going through it with the parties. You have the seller on the right side, you have the buyer on the left side. Me sitting there, I was like, 22, I think, 23 or something like that, 22, I think. And you're sitting there with the parties, and, okay, now we have paragraph one, talking about that, and then go to the next one, then to the next one. And the thing I was most nervous about, if I got a tricky question about the paragraph or what it meant, I knew that I would have been so nervous about answering that, and would probably have get red in my face and all of that. But the funny part is that now when I've done so many, like, nothing crazy happens, and if I would get a question, I would know what it probably meant. If it had something relevant to do with the contract, so to say. But it's so funny how fast life can change. And now, I have, I don't know, like which number, but, many 100 plus contracts. And it's so funny that now it's like eating breakfast. I've done it so many times. And I have been there. I have been the guy who was super nervous before the contract. There's so many new brokers out there, like having their first contract, their 10th contract, their 15th contract, and they're nervous, and they get the tricky questions and all of that. But all I can say is that every single person go through it, so it's something you just have to do. And
it's yeah, it's better just get them through. And my best tip, I guess, is to not take things like too seriously, I guess, in that aspect of, be well prepared. You should of course know all the legal stuff, but at the end of the day, you're not sitting there with two robots, as a buyer and seller party. You have, two or four, human beings sitting there. And if you're nervous, like, imagine how nervous they are, because they are the ones who are selling and, buying the thing. You're just like the person who helps to seal the deal. And yeah, I think that is like a key insight to have, is that if you are like a 7 out of 10 nervous, imagine like how nervous the seller or buyer might be. So yeah, I think it's a key insight to have, and just like when you start thinking about it, it makes you probably less nervous, because you are probably the one who knows the most about the things you're sitting with, and the things they're signing and all of that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's something that really stuck with me. And now I prepare contracts 5 to 10 minutes before, like 20, 30 minutes, trying to make sure that everything was perfect. But yeah, that's the beauty of putting the reps in. Yeah. So we're heading into the office for a Saturday contract. Yeah, let's seal the deal. Yeah, so we're now heading into the office, super excited for the contract. It's, important to make sure that we seal the deal. And as you know, got to know yesterday, my body is, quite sore, to be fair and to be honest. I didn't sleep that too well. But hey, sun is shining, it's Saturday. Just going into the office, making sure that we close it, and then heading back today. I'm supposed to have a kind of like a spa day, relaxing, taking care of oneself. And yeah, so I'm actually going to meet up with one of my best friends, Christopher, and we're going to, yeah, I'm probably going to try to get in a workout before, but otherwise we're going to see each other at the gym, having some spa, catching up, just having great conversations, and then we're going to head back to me for, yeah, making some nice dinner, something very simple, and brainstorming some plans for the year. As you know, I'm a super ambitious person, and he is also that, which is super fun and nice to just like change ideas, try to help each other in the best possible way to achieve success. Because being successful alone is okay, I guess, but doing it with friends is so much more fun. So that is my goal, at least. All right, so contract is signed. The deal is closed. I mean, it's Saturday, sun is shining, life is great. I usually don't like to work on Saturdays, but when it's a contract, I usually make sure that I can do an exception. But yeah, super excited. I really do believe that the clients also, really appreciate, me taking the time to, help them on a Saturday. The buyer was, from 2 hours from here, so she was driving, and it would have been tough to done it yesterday. And yeah, so I'm going to head back home, meet up with my friend very soon, head into the spa. It's going to be so nice. I'm very bad at being able to relax when I'm at the spa, because I have so many thoughts, and I have so many like things I want to do, and I just want to get ahead and achieve my goals and spend every minute I can on achieving my goals. But today I'm really going to do my best to be able to relax and really like enjoy life and recharge, because I know how important it is. So that's why I'm going to do everything I can to leave this place very soon, and just like yeah, get back home and take a day off. So I am headed off to meet up my friend. We're going to enjoy some nice time in the spa. I'm still quite exhausted to be fair. And yeah, I really, really feel that I need it. I've just been sitting here with my computer, filling in some forms, and you know, one key to building a good and I would say, authentic personal brand is knowing who you are and knowing your story and all of that. So I'm actually putting a lot of time and effort into that. So not that I just work my ass off being a real estate agent, but I'm doing everything I can to position myself in. So many people are probably like obsessed with being positioned in the best kind of way. For me, I would just say that it's super important that I position myself in an authentic way and in a way that truly shows who I am. And I'm super okay with people, that are not going to, wanting to follow me and relate to me and all of that. But as long as I'm myself, I know there are a lot of people out there that is going to resonate with me, and there are a lot of people that might not. But I'm not doing these kind of videos for them. I'm doing it for you guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna pack up quite fast and then head there. And you are going to see my friend for the first time in the vlog also, so it will be very fun. Ready for some spa time? Let's charge the batteries.
So, Niklas, what was your learning from today?
Yeah, so I mean, actually it's super important to just have time to wind down. It's we both super hectic with schedules and working and all of that, and I think it's super important to have time to wind down and just having quality time before quantity time. So many people are just out partying, wasting time, in my opinion. But having time with one of my best friends, it's for sure key. So we just have been at the spa, as you probably have seen. So now we're just heading home to me to have some nice dinner.
Yeah.
So follow along. All right, so it's Sunday. I'm actually super excited for today. I have 3 showings. Which one is an open showing? The first one, it's going to be a lot of people, I'm guessing. The other one, the other 2 are booked ones, which is also going to be super exciting, to see how the clients feel about the apartments. But if you compare to yesterday, I was quite drained and out of energy. But today, like I've slept great. I'm actually super excited for having these showings. I'm very confident that today is going to be a great day. I'm optimistic, I'm positive, I have great energy. I mean, life is kind of amazing. That's at least the feeling I have. So it's really, really nice, I must admit. And I'm just going to head to work now, get to the office, prepare things for the showings. Then I'm going to have a quick lunch between the second and the third showing. And then after the last showing is done, I'm going to head back home, and then I'm going to go to the gym, etc. So yeah. So I'm actually in the first apartment for today of the 3 showings. So I'm actually super excited. It's such a beautiful apartment. I'm going to show you a little bit also. But it's newly renovated 2022. So the showing is done. It was super intense and super hectic. I had 50 plus different potential buyers here.
I cannot recall when I've had that many people on an open showing since the market went, full bananas in 2021, 2022. But yeah, super excited. And I said before, like, let's get the party started. For sure, it was a party in here. So super fun. I'm going to head up to a private showing now. I'm going to wrap things up quite fast to make it on time. But super fun. Like, it gives me so much energy. Of course, it's super hectic. I can like have to focus on getting phone numbers and all of that. But I'm going to take my time, call everyone tomorrow, make sure that they get a good experience. Although there were so many people here. But yeah, the bidding is already started also from a customer who sent me a text. So super excited to see how far we can take this bidding. I'm going to do my best, but super fun. Market is on fire, so super thankful. So let's crush it. All right, so third showing for today is done. Super nice. Did go very well. They were super kind, very like easy and ongoing in that aspect. We will see how it goes. This is an apartment that is on the entrance floor, which is something that a lot of people are, kind of, what should I say, like hesitant about buying something that are on the first floor. Or entrance floor, let's rather say, but we will see. I did think everything go well. I'm going to call the seller now, just brief them through how it did go and stuff like that, overall feeling. But yeah, I'm done for today. Super excited for like the week that is going to come. We're going to have like a big kickoff with the whole like firm, everyone in Sweden basically. So it's going to be super fun, and I think it's going to be a very exciting week to come. Now I'm going to head back to the office, to then head back home to go to the gym, have a personal branding session with one of my friends in the evening. So yeah, I'm super excited, have loads of energy still left, so let's crush the day.